Dealerships are currently bleeding millions of dollars, and they are desperate to make it your problem. If you drive past a new car lot today, you will see hundreds of brand new, zero-mileage SUVs sitting completely stagnant, rotting in the sun. The automotive industry overproduced fragile, heavily computerized vehicles, and the mature consumer has completely rejected them. Now, dealers are panicking. They are slashing prices, offering massive rebates, and using highly aggressive sales tactics to force these depreciating assets onto unsuspecting buyers. Do not take the bait. You are not required to absorb their financial mistakes. I have analyzed the current national inventory data, reviewed the latest technical service bulletins, and isolated 4 brand new SUVs that have become absolute commercial failures. These vehicles are sitting on lots for hundreds of days because they are plagued by unproven technology, fragile engine architectures, and fundamentally flawed pricing. And car number 4 on this list is a hybrid disaster so severe, dealerships are taking $10,000 losses just to get it off their property. Do not click away, because what you learn today will protect your hard-earned money. Let us get to work. Number 1, the Italian trap, the Dodge Hornet and its mechanical twin, the Alfa Romeo Tonale. If you look at the automotive inventory data right now, the Dodge Hornet has one of the highest day supply numbers in the entire industry. Dealerships simply cannot get rid of them. Dodge is marketing this vehicle as a compact American muscle SUV, but that is a complete fabrication. The Dodge Hornet is actually an Alfa Romeo Tonale built in Italy wearing an American badge. Consumers are smart enough to realize this is a fundamentally flawed proposition. If you purchase the plug-in hybrid version, you are getting a highly stressed 1.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder mated to a complex electrical system. You are combining Italian electrical engineering with a microscopic high-pressure turbocharger. It is the exact opposite of industrial-grade durability. The vehicle is incredibly heavy for its size, due to the battery packs. The ride quality is overly stiff, and the asking price reaches well into the $40,000 range. Buyers looking for reliable transportation do not want to be test subjects for an overpriced, cross-continental engineering experiment. Because consumers have flat-out rejected it, these vehicles are piling up on dealer lots, and the depreciation curve is going to be catastrophic. If a salesman tries to offer you a massive discount to take a Dodge Hornet or an Alfa Romeo Tonale off their hands, walk out the door. Number 2, the range anxiety failure, the Lexus RZ 450e. Lexus built its entire global reputation on producing over-engineered, bullet-resistant V6 and V8 engines. Buyers purchase a Lexus because they want a vehicle that will effortlessly cross 300,000 miles without a single mechanical issue. But the automotive industry pressured Lexus into rushing a fully electric SUV to the market, and the result is a staggering commercial flop. The Lexus RZ 450e carries a premium luxury price tag, often exceeding $60,000. Yet, it offers an abysmal EPA estimated range of roughly 196 miles. In real-world driving conditions, especially if you live in a colder climate where freezing temperatures degrade battery performance, that range drops significantly. Mature buyers recognize that paying $60,000 for a vehicle that can barely drive 2 hours on the highway before requiring a lengthy charging session is a terrible financial decision. Furthermore, Lexus equipped some of these models with a highly polarizing steer-by-wire yoke steering wheel, completely removing the traditional mechanical steering column. Traditional buyers want proven cast-iron reliability, not experimental steering systems and severe range anxiety. As a result, the market has completely stalled on this vehicle. Dealerships are currently offering unprecedented lease cash incentives and massive price cuts just to move the inventory. Do not let the prestigious Lexus badge trick you into buying a depreciating asset that fails to perform the most basic function of a vehicle, getting you to your destination without constant worry. Number 3, the outdated transmission trap, the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. While other manufacturers are failing because they are pushing unproven, highly complex technology, Mitsubishi is failing for the exact opposite reason. They are trying to sell you a vehicle engineered a decade ago and pricing it as if it were a modern competitor. The current Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross is powered by a 1.5-liter direct-injected turbocharged four-cylinder. Direct injection without dual-port injection is a documented issue across the industry, as it inevitably leads to carbon buildup on the intake valves, requiring expensive walnut-blasting maintenance down the road. But the fatal flaw of the Eclipse Cross is the transmission. Mitsubishi paired this engine with the Jatco CVT-8. This is a continuously variable transmission utilizing a steel push belt and pulley system. In the mechanical community, the Jatco CVT is notorious for its lack of long-term durability. It is not designed for heavy-duty towing, it is not designed for rigorous off-road use, and it is mathematically prone to failure if the fluid is not meticulously maintained. Buyers today are heavily educated. They know that paying new car prices for a vehicle equipped with a fragile CVT transmission is a poor investment. Consequently, the Eclipse Cross has become entirely invisible in the marketplace. Dealerships are struggling to move them because anyone doing their research will immediately choose a competitor with a traditional hydraulic-geared automatic transmission. Avoid this vehicle and protect your wallet. Listen to me very carefully before we discuss the final vehicle. If you are on a fixed income or if you are actively protecting your retirement savings, you cannot afford to absorb a $10,000 financial hit simply because a dealership pressured you into buying the wrong SUV. The modern dealership environment is a highly engineered psychological trap. It is designed to confuse you with complex leasing terms, hidden destination charges, and digital paperwork that you cannot fully read before signing. I refuse to let you walk into that showroom unprotected. I have compiled the exact documented inspection protocols and negotiation frameworks in the Anti-Scam Vehicle Blueprint. Specifically, on page 30 of this manual, I provide the 5-page master field inspection checklist. Do not rely on your memory. Print this checklist out, put it on a physical clipboard, and take it directly onto the dealership lot with you. Force the salesman to stand there in total silence while you systematically check off every single physical and computational diagnostic test. When they see you holding a physical clipboard with documented mechanic protocols, their entire high-pressure sales tactic collapses. A bad dealership purchase will cost you $10,000 in instant depreciation and repair bills. This manual costs $47. It is the absolute ultimate shield for your retirement savings. Scan the QR code on your screen right now or click the link directly below this video in the description. Secure your copy immediately before your next dealership visit. Do not gamble with your fixed income. Let us get back to the list. Number 4, the complex hybrid disaster, the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe. Jeep built its brand on rugged, simple off-road durability, vehicles that you could take into the wilderness and trust to bring you home. But the Grand Cherokee 4xe is a complete departure from that heritage, and it is currently causing panic in Stellantis corporate offices. The 4xe is a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Jeep took a heavy SUV and powered it with a highly stressed 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder merged with a high-voltage battery pack and electric motors. The sheer mechanical and software complexity required to make these two systems work together has resulted in a documented nightmare for owners. One of the most glaring, universally discussed issues with this vehicle is a software protocol called FORM, which stands for Fuel and Oil Refresh Mode. Because plug-in hybrid electrics often run on purely electric power for short trips, the gas engine rarely reaches operating temperature. This causes fuel condensation to seep into the engine oil. To protect the engine from destroying its bearings, the computer forces the vehicle into FORM. When this happens, the vehicle completely locks the driver out of electric mode and forces the gas engine to run continuously until the oil gets hot enough to burn off the fuel. If you live in a cold winter climate, the engine engine struggles to reach that temperature. Owners who paid upwards of $60,000 to drive an electric hybrid are finding themselves trapped in gasoline-only mode for months at a time during the winter, completely defeating the purpose of buying the vehicle. This issue, combined with heavy software glitches and staggering depreciation, has completely stalled sales. Dealerships are sitting on massive stockpiles of the Grand Cherokee 4xe, and the manufacturer is offering desperate cash incentives to clear the lots. Do not let a massive rebate trick you into buying a fundamentally flawed, overly complex vehicle. You do not need to finance a depreciating asset just to secure reliable transportation. The Dodge Hornet, the Lexus RZ 450e, the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, and the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe are undeniable proof that brand new does not mean reliable. If you ignore the flashy showroom lights, bypass the unproven technology, and focus strictly on documented industrial-grade engineering, you will protect your wealth.